Hi everyone, it's Miss Amy from Camden Public Library, and today we are going to make thumbprint or fingerprint valentines or a tree. So what I have is a piece of paper that I have drawn a heart on. This is cardstock. So what I did is I folded it in half, and then I drew the heart, the half a heart, cut it out. And then I have a template, okay? And I wanted you to be able to see the template, which is why I have it on the pink, but I'm not gonna do it on the pink. I'm actually gonna do it on this white. But I wanted you to be able to see it. And what I'm gonna do, and you can do any size heart, but I have a damp paper towel, so there's like layers of paper towel on here. And you could use a sponge, but I couldn't find a sponge here at the library today. So this is instead of a sponge. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dribble a little of that pink. Okay, this is just a little acrylic paint. Some red. And this is damp. I've got some light pink. That and some off-white. It's just the colors that I have, so I'm just going to use these. Is there even any? Yeah, there's some white. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on this so that you can see. What I'm going to end up making is I'm using this template to do the heart, and I'm gonna print my finger. Okay, so I'm gonna go like this, and I'm using this as a sponge so not too much gets on here. So here we go, like this, and I'm just gonna start, and I'm gonna zoom in on this. Let's see, is this gonna be too much? If we zoom in, yeah, that's too much. I don't know if you can see it, but so I have this. Okay, so I'm going to zoom back out a little bit. So then I'm going to take a different color, and I'm going to do that on there. I'm going to do a little of that. See, and I can mix the colors, and I'm just this. I'm putting them all over the heart. So I'm going to cover this heart with these, with these fingerprints, okay? Trying not to get too much paint on it so that it will dry quickly. But what I'm doing is putting this like all over the place. So I'm using this like a sponge, and because I don't have a sponge, but a sponge works great. But I'm kind of dabbing it so that I can color and get that whole outline on there. Oh, I like it. Get a little bit more maybe over here, maybe a little bit down there, maybe a little more red. Yeah, oh, I like that. Okay. So now that I have the whole heart like printed with my fingerprint, okay, so I can now like wipe off my finger, mostly because it's wet. This is wet. And then I'm going to take that up, and look at that. I got this beautiful heart that is left. So you could fold this in half and make a card. You could, so let's see, is it super dry? Let's make sure that this is all dry, because I don't want it, yeah, there. Okay, now that my hand is dry, I'm going to wipe it to make sure. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, so I am going to make a tree. Okay, I'm going to do this as like a Valentine tree. And I'm going to go, let's see, I'm going to go like this with a marker. And this is a big thick tree like that. Some roots like that. And you could leave it just like that. Okay, whoops. You could leave it just like that. You could make a Valentine message. You could even go back in and do some little like leaves, like that there's little leaves that have fallen to the ground. Maybe there's a little pile. Maybe there's a few there. Maybe we've, oh, I like that. I like that with the fallen leaves. I'm gonna do one like that, and like that. Couple down here. Like that. Yeah. Ooh, I like that. I like it with the fingerprints all on the bottom, like it's like they've fallen. I love this. So again, super easy. So we started with that half a sheet of oak tag or whatever to create a stencil. It can be any shape. I mean, you don't even have to do a heart if you don't want to, but since we're thinking about Valentine's Day and it's coming up, then that's why I did that. So really super sweet. I love the way that illustration came out. And then you could always go back in and sign your work, because it's important to sign your work. And I always put a date. There you go. So there's mine right there. And you can sign yours, and you can make some beautiful artwork. You could frame it. You could just have it so that you could give to somebody, maybe somebody you love, maybe mom and dad, or a friend, or a loved one. You could cut it out. You could decide that you're just going to do the outline of the heart and only do the hearts as your Valentine. You know, make a whole bunch of cards. If I took this and folded it in half, so let's do that. If I took this and folded it in half, like that, okay, and then I can use the Valentine because the Valentine doesn't really fit. Oh, it does. Okay, so I could do it that way. So let's see if I want to do this. So I could go like this. Same thing. I'm gonna put my fingerprints all over like this. It's a little different to see on the pink, a little tougher to see, but I like it a lot. And so I want to cover this. Get all those spots covered up like that so that the heart shape comes out. Oops, that one is, let's do some of that so that the heart shape is there. And there we go. Let's do just a teeny bit more over there and right there, like that. Get it all flat, make sure it's dry. And pull that up, and there you have it. Oops, that was hard to see. Now you have the heart outline, and you have it as a card. You could outline around the outside of that, but you have your fingerprints that created that whole design. So there's a couple different options that you can use with this fingerprinting technique. Happy creating. Happy Valentine's Day. Miss Amy.